already know where we're at in Shane Designs right now, and we have a ton of products, the most products that have ever been on the website, times 15 entries right now for the Ford Raptor, this beautiful first-gen Raptor, the 6.2 liter engine. Of course, that's what we're giving away. Mint, we get the graphics on the side here, all new stuff I haven't even seen yet with the fuel wheels, which is what we're rocking on the ZR2. So if you guys want to be entered to win this Raptor, all you have to do is go down in the description, my tab down below, times 15 entries for every $5 spent, and you can be driving this truck by next month. Secured by AR-15 shirts still in stock, and a ton more. We still have some of the bro tanks and a new addition over here. This is one of my favorite walls in the entire shop now. The 717 detail sprays, shampoos, soot cleaner, all that stuff. Get the whole collection here for your vehicle. Make sure it looks mint. We got two of my key tags over here, pull to eject and hearing loss may occur. These are hilarious. Rockies on your keychain for your whip. And those same key tags we also have in sticker form. The hearing loss may occur. Make America Bad Again, love that, and a ton more. And you know what? Even some RFR logo decals. Along with one of the best shirt designs ever to come to ISD. We have it in sticker form. This fits right over the ADT sign, so that can go over that. Super funny. Love that. So it's finally happening. Silverado ZR2. We all knew it was gonna happen. And honestly, I like the name. You have the Colorado ZR2, super off-road capable vehicle, and now the Silverado trying to edge its way in with the Raptor and the TRX. Is it going to match up? Well, with this announcement, we pretty much know everything that they're going to be including with this full-size truck. So with the ZR2, this is a 2021 model, as you guys know. If you're a new viewer, this is my truck, super dirty, was doing some errands today. But this is the old interior, pretty close to what you see in the Silverado. Even the high country, stuff like that, this is about all that you're going to get. It's fully loaded. For the Silverado ZR2, the specs that you have a new grille and finally switched up interior. Here's some pictures here. I'm actually a big fan of the Silverado ZR2 interior wise. It doesn't match up quite to what Dodge has on the plate, just that big Tesla screen that the Ram TRX has, and I think just some of the regular Ram models for their half-ton trucks. Gorgeous. Then also, I'm assuming this is like a special edition where it has the two-tone. Maybe you can get that in every single one if you wanted to, I don't know, but that part's beautiful. The engine, 6.2 liter, I don't know, a little disappointed. Could have been something crazy in there. I know that some of the heavier models have the 6.6, but it would have been cool to have seen, like, I mean, can you imagine if they would have put the ZR1 engine in there? I know that's insane, but I mean, they have the capability. Make the truck more expensive and run it. Chevy is getting left in the dust, and I'm not gonna complain this entire video because I am happy that hey, we're trying here. And they did good with the ZR2 Colorado. It is badass, it's an off-road rig. You're not really looking for interior. I know some of the comments are gonna say that, but I mean, at the end of the day, I want an all-around badass truck. I don't want just one or two things. So with the Silverado ZR2, there's no wide body on it. It doesn't look like the Raptor or TRX counterpart. I'm gonna keep mentioning those a lot throughout this video. I'll move on to the good things and the stuff I like. But that would have been huge. It just looks like a 1500 truck to me, just a regular Silverado. We'll tackle this one step at a time. Let's get back to the interior of the truck. I already showed you my ZR2, what that looks like. And on this model, what we're facing is some new stuff. First off, we have a center console shifter. That's what the Colorado has. And now we're moving this way where we don't have the stock shifter on the steering column. It even says on GMC's website that the Silverado ZR2 is a similar concept to the mid-size Colorado ZR2. Something else that's cool, Chevy rolling with the DSSV Multimatic Performance shocks. This is what's on my Colorado, and they're also going to be on the new ZR2 Silverado. Kind of a given, but still pretty cool. Some people may not know how great of shocks those are. I've heard complaints. They're all from people who do not own a Colorado ZR2 because they've been amazing. The ride is super comfortable. I have a 4-inch lift on that with some knobby tires, and the ride is perfect. And this is coming from a guy where the last 5,000 miles on that truck have been absolute hell on it. Like, just beating it up. I've taken it out to Colorado, done some off-road courses out there, and plenty of off-roading here on the East Coast. For the regular viewers on my channel, you know that truck has been put through its paces, and those shocks have definitely proven themselves. I didn't know this, but DSSV is obvious. Well, I knew it was an acronym. I didn't know what it stands for. And apparently what it stands for is Dynamic Suspension Spool Valve Dampers. So it automatically adjusts while you're driving or what the position of the wheels are, so it's not putting too much pressure on something that doesn't need it and stressing out components. Pretty cool. And in my opinion, one of the biggest things, along with having four-wheel drive and ground clearance, is locking differentials. The ZR2 has it. As far as I can tell, Chevy hasn't had dual locking, front and rear locking differentials in a long time. And of course, the Silverado ZR2 has locking differentials, front and rear. So important for off-roading. Sort of a given, but it's like, hey, if they don't hit that mark, this is a hopeless build to begin with. I know the Raptor, it's kind of confusing. The Raptor doesn't have like front and rear lockers. It has something different, which is like they're automatic lockers where they engage when the vehicle feels like they're needed. This one is a manual engage, which I like a little bit more because it's you deciding over the computer. It's like, hey, I know that my vehicle is going to need lockers to engage for whatever obstacle I have in front of me, not the computer being like, oh, let's assume. So that's huge. I like that it's a manual locker, just like the Jeep out there, front and rear manual lockers. You hit them and they engage. This is just an article I'm reading off of. I love it how it says right here. It says Chevy hasn't made it an official announcement that it's a competitor to the Raptor, the Ram Rebel, NTRX, or Toyota Tundra TRD Pro. So Toyota Tundra TRD Pro, it's not gonna be in the same league as a Chevy Colorado. I'm gonna get some people offended here, but it's gonna beat it every time just because it's the smaller truck. They're just out of its league. And same with the Ram Rebel. It's just not gonna be able to compete. See, I actually hate this now because now whenever I say, oh, ZR2, I'm gonna have to specify what truck I mean. I guess that also gives something away because that means that, yes, if I'm gonna have to specify between the two trucks, that means that I am going to be purchasing a Chevy Silverado ZR2. And you might be saying, what is this? This is a little redundant. And it's because, well, first off, I'm in YouTube business. I got to stay with the times and we got to keep the content fresh and growing. It'll also be really cool to get our hands on one of those to compare them, the two trucks. I saw somewhere that it said starting at $45,000. That's about what I paid for the Chevy Colorado over here. And I don't really know what you're going to get with that. Probably nothing. It's like a lot of base model vehicles where it's like the Corvette Stingray, the C8 model rather. And it's like, if you could get the, what was it, 55,000, I think they were starting at, something low tier there. They're not anymore, but they were. And it was pretty pathetic what spec you got. So we're probably gonna have to shell out a little bit more money to make sure that this truck is what we need it to be. And we're gonna need it to be a lot because we have one of the most off-road capable pickup trucks that there is, minus the Jeep Gladiator. So we're gonna put this truck through its paces. I don't have much more information on it, just what you guys know and what's public knowledge. I'm just super happy that it doesn't come in a V6 model, thank God. The thing I'm worried about the most is that we're going to get a Ram TRX here for $98,000. That's what we could spend on it. They might be worth a little bit more now, but that was MSRP. And it's like, well, the spec that you want for the ZR2 Silverado is $88,000. And it's like, man, for 10 grand and it'd be financed. So it's like, what's 10 grand? It's like, man, I could get so much more truck. Now I don't know yet because I haven't seen the ZR2, but man, to have 700 horsepower in a Ram TRX compared to the Silverado ZR2, it seems like I'm strictly doing this for content, and I am. Maybe it'll prove itself, and that's why we're gonna get it. We're Team Chevy right now. Maybe we'll dabble in other brands here. I've been to Ford. I had a Dodge Dakota back in the day, but that doesn't really count, so we'll see. There's probably a few comments down there at the bottom right now that are like, what happened to the Bronco? Where's the Bronco? Apparently the Broncos suck. They're going through recalls. I canceled the, I didn't have one reserved, but the one that I was in talks with, I just told the guy, I was like, hey man, I'm out. I'm not doing this. So that's gonna break a lot of hearts here. It's not working out right now. Ford has a lot of kinks to work out with that Bronco. And with the way the channel is right now, I can't spend that much money and sacrifice that much. If you do see comments like, what happened to the Bronco? Go down there and fat shame them. Does this mean we're gonna have to get rid of the Colorado ZR2? I actually love the fan base that follows along with this. It seems like there's a lot of you who are super hyped about this build, and rightfully so. It's a cool truck. It should have a fan base. We're not selling this thing. Not yet. So the build is still going on. We're getting a lift, 37s. I'm cutting fenders. I'm putting off-road bumpers on it. We're taking it sky high. It's doing everything here. I want this to be not just a build, but it'd be really sick to do pre-runner, and it gets talked about all the time, but we have to do it. It has to be, it earned it. With all the views that it's gotten and viewers that it's garnered, it really does deserve it. So that build's gonna continue for now. We have a whole year probably before we're gonna be rocking in the ZR2 Silverado. In conclusion, could Chevy have done more? Yes, a lot more. Did they meet where I thought they were going to be at least? Yeah, and they exceeded that a little bit. So they're above average on where I thought they were going to go with this build. And I say this with everything that's like, oh, it looks a little bit lame. It could do this, it could do that. It doesn't look lame, but just imagine this thing on a lift with 37s. I don't know about the aftermarket support and what you're gonna be able to take from trucks in previous years and put it on this to make it look cool. We're like off-road bumpers, stuff like that. But the Colorado ZR2 there has a back rack, which I didn't like, but once the lift and wheels got put on it, it makes it, especially with the two pod lights on the top. And I think if you put that on that ZR2 Silverado, it's gonna just, that truck's gonna be on another level. So that's what I'm hoping for with this build. It's official. I've put in my order with Whitmore, with Beaver. It's happening 100%. Like, I'm transparent on this one. It's happening. This one is happening. I apologize about the Bronco. Chevy, you got a lot to prove, so don't let me down, please. Updates on the Silverado ZR2. Follow me on Instagram, RFRacing717. Also, plenty more coming with the ZR2 build, Colorado. If you guys want a free truck, though, head on over to InchainDesigns.com. Down in the description, buy anything from the website from my tab. times 15 entries right now for $5 spent, and you can win a first gen 6.2 liter Raptor. This one's done up. We got some sick wheels on it. They almost match what are on the Colorado, but they're a lot bigger. So, I mean, you have it made. You need a winter truck, buy a key tag, sticker, t-shirt, you're automatically entered to win. You got 8 days left. Make it count. Exciting content coming in the future, guys. I'll see you there.